Right everyone, welcome back to this. This is How to Be a Modern Samurai, 10 steps to finding your power and achieving success. Thank you for staying with us this long. It's the 5th part. By the end of this, you will be halfway through. So today we're going to go over follow a path, step 5, and we'll be on page 89. First of all, find your own path. Now this is maybe cliche if you like, but it's a reality. Is what I find so often when I go to sort of martial arts dojos around the world is that they all do the same thing and try to be the best, and it doesn't replicate what samurai life used to be like. So in the old days, in samurai life, there'd be a clan, you'd be a sort of force, you'd be an amalgamation of clans, and each person was excellent at different things. So somebody could have been an expert at medicine, another person could have been an expert at building watercraft and crossing water, or even an expert swimmer. Then there's the expert gunners, and then there's the expert this and the expert shinobi and all that. And together they formed an amazing army. What happens in modern martial arts is that you all do the same thing, do the same kata, and try to be the best at it. So in your group, there's only one place for the pinnacle top person. That's not how samurai ways should be done. So you personally have to find your path. It's nobody else's way but yours. My path is, I suppose you could say, the path of the historical researcher, the path of the truth finder, if you like. By that, I'm trying to find what is the closest thing we can get to historical samurai and ninja an understanding as we possibly can. And this is part of my path. I do these videos, I write these books, and people come to me and go, okay, Anthony knows about ninja, let's ask Anthony. And people from all over the world now, from BBC to Smithsonian to everywhere, have come to me and said, Anthony, tell me about the ninja. And I've even had top level people all over the world who say, go and speak to Anthony Cummins. So somebody will go to them, so a Japanese professor or an English professor, and say, oh, go speak to Anthony Cummins, he'll tell you. And they're like, that's because I've created my own path. Now, it could be, your path could be anything, whatever it is. It could be a certain type of karate, it could be tea ceremony, it could be camping, survival, helicopter rescue people, whatever it is, money, finance. There are millions of paths out there to choose from. The question is, what is your path? So often we're like, our identity is confirmed by what we do. Oh, what do you do? Well, I'm an office worker. Yeah, but what do you really do? Oh, well, I'm an expert on stamps, actually. That's more like it, right? Tell me about your expertise in stamps. Okay, so you see what I mean? It's like, if you're all in the office being office workers, there's only going to be one at the best, office worker of the month. Well, actually, if you say, guys, what do you know? Well, actually, he collects stamps. He's an expert DJ. He's this, and suddenly you've got a bit more of a diverse, a bit more of a forward, moving entity. So there you go. Don't forget, find your path. It's extremely important, this. So I've spent a little bit longer on this. Find your path. Practice regularly. I practice every day because I'm working 24/7 on understanding the ninja and samurai history and samurai and what did the ninja really do. And I'm writing all day. And as I might have mentioned a few times, I've just done a new book on yin yang, and you should be getting that because part of my path is understanding yin yang. So of my path, it's like branch there, branch this, branch this, and I connect with people who are excellent at yin yang, people who are excellent at, as we've said, like waterborne crafts and things we've talked about, and all of those things I connect with. So I practice every day. You've got to practice too. It obviously doesn't mean every single day of the year, but what it means is keep practice constant. If you're drawing, keep drawing. If you're a painter, keep painting. If you're into the economy, keep on top of the economy. Of course, you have to, we've discussed this before, or we'll discuss it throughout this series, is you have to have rest days and respites. But when you're not on a rest day, you're not on a festival day, you're working. Get your head down. Join or create a school. So basically, I have re-established Natori Ryu from history. I've pulled it out of history, out of the dusty shelves, basically, and brought it back. Because there was nothing out there I could find that was anywhere near a complete samurai school. So I was like, right, I need to find someone that's actually got it. Many, many years ago, me and Jay Kane were going to start our own school just from scratch, the same as many people do. And we're going to call it the Dignity of Flying Birds, just as an organization where we're going to get away from the Japanese stuff and just go down, basically convert Japanese teachings into just non-identifiable well-being, good movement teachings, if you like. But that quest, that sort of got not sidetracked, it was a foundation step towards Natori Ryu. And we found Natori Ryu, found the documents, I went on my quest, Jay's followed me there, everything is good. So you two have either got to join a school, and you're welcome to join Natori Ryu, or, and if you want to join Natori Ryu, it's Natori Ryu Hub on Facebook. And basically, or create your own school, or join a school of something, no matter what it is, get involved with other people, get into a society, get into a community, and get going and show people what you can do. But not everyone in that community has to do the same thing. You don't have to all be number one at this kata, okay? So just remember that. Now, if you do start a school, a lot of people don't really clock this, but what you have is the Ryu. Excuse my filthy nails, I've been moving coal. You have the Ryu, and then you have the Kans. So this is my school, Natori Ryu, and then you have the headquarters, which is Kyugakukan, which is my school, the House of Deep Study, and then you have Togenkan, which is the House of Wave Creation, and they were named by our monk. But basically, you have at the top, our school is Natori Ryu, and each dojo becomes a Kan. So you need your Ryu and your Kans, so get that in. A lot of people don't do that. It's a very traditional Japanese thing, and you can normally tell quite a traditional dojo when they have Kan names. Right, build a library. Now, I have got a mahoosive library, as much as I can fit into this house, and I need more, and I want to buy more. I've actually stopped buying books so much because I've got run out of space. I need more shelves. So I genuinely love books, and I have 3 specific libraries. I have over here is anyone can lay your hands on it. Usually my cousin comes, gets drunk, it's called Andrew, gets leathered with whiskey, and I'm like, Andrew, don't touch those books, those ones are for you. Oh, okay, you know. Then you get my classic books, where it's like English literature, mythology, religion, and then I get my samurai books. So, but whatever, even though beyond them you've got to have your own stuff, so I have a dedicated shinobi, samurai, Japanese sort of history collection of books, and I keep building it and keep building it. And of course, if you want to build the best collection of Japanese samurai and ninja books, you should buy the Cummins books. Whoosh, there you go. Thank you very much. Now, start writing your notes out. Get your notes written out. Whatever you've studied, convert it into your notes and have notebook after notebook after notebook. I have got hundreds of notebooks. I've got so many of them all over. I even created a special Natori notebook exactly for that, so we could write in the Natori notebooks. That's what I use. And of course, I actually use these. I can't show you this one because it's the title of my upcoming book in 2023. I think 2022. No, 2023. So I've got to be careful I don't show you the title. But so our title's facing me, but I've got a collection of these books. They're all up there. 1 second. So these are my topics for the books I've done, or the books that are being done, or the future book ideas. Let me just make sure the title's not there, because you don't want to know the title of the next book for 2023. And they're my notebooks at the moment. I copied up all my scraps of paper, all my notebooks into those. I've literally gone through hundreds of notebooks, so many of them, scraps of paper, little jot pads, everything, and I've now gone through them. I've got tons more as well over there, but they're my main. These are books, they're going to be coming out. So what I'm trying to say is you have to have a collection of notebooks that distill your knowledge on your subject that you are training in, okay? So that's what you need to create. I love black. And so, for example, these are research books and books to buy. So I've got all there, the ones that I need to follow up on, books to buy. This one was Bansen Shukai. I've got extra notes for the Bansen Shukai whenever we do it. Blah, blah, blah. Okie dokie. Now, distill your knowledge by putting it in scrolls and things like that. You can make your own scrolls like this. You can make a densho, or you can make a makimono. So densho, makimono, and you can create your own scrolls. That is actually the correct kanji for Heika Jodan. So that is Heika Jodan from Natori Ryu, the beginning of it, if anybody's interested. There you go. So make sure you get that. Now, I do not do this, and people will be like, well, do you not follow your own things? Yes, I do, but I actually publish mine. So instead of mine being scrolls or posh notebooks, basically, all written up, I actually publish them. So you get Ninja Skills, you get the Bansen Shukai, you get, How to Be a Modern Samurai. This is my final product from choosing a path, to final product. So your final product can just be a really nice notebook of well written out stuff. It could be a PDF of things you've typed up with all the correct diagrams in. The point being, it's just an end product that you can use to show from nothing to your top training to get through. Now, of course, if you're following the way of the samurai, you should have some idea of martial arts. So, but you've got to be careful here. I'm a bit reluctant on the martial arts today. I think martial arts, you have to say your sort of apologetic opening. I think martial arts are great today, but actually I think some of the martial arts are a bit bobbins. But mainly, I'm going to talk men here, really. Men pretty much can fight. If you're, if you're a bit of a lad, you can fight. And then the next step is fighting dirty, fighting well, fighting with your mates, you know what I mean? A few of you get in there, and then there's tactics and martial arts added to that. So normally, if you're a bit of a rough lad, martial arts tend to work no matter what they are. As long as they're not absolutely crazy, hard lads can make any martial art work. What's difficult is getting a lad who's not so hard and is a bit fragile to make martial arts work, because they've got to fight pretty rough lads. So a non-rough lad learning martial arts to fight a rough lad, normally the untrained rough lad will work just because he's a bit like full on. So what you need to do is get your spirit a bit like get there, and then really study what actually works in martial arts, what really happens. So you should go through projectile weapons, bladed weapons, bludgeoning weapons, blinding skills, and unarmed combat. You don't have to be a master at unarmed combat. All you have to do is learn 3 or 4 basic throws, 3 or 4 grips, learn how the body locks through the eyes, fish hooking, throat hits, nut grabs. A few BJJ guys have actually said, I'll have a spar with Anthony. First thing I did is grip the nuts, put my finger in the eye, and they went, we don't do that. I'm like, well, don't fight then, do you? Do you know what I mean? So that's the first thing. And even if, and some of them have won, they've pinned me. Well, not pinned me, actually. I just run out of energy, in fairness. I fought quite a good BJJ guy, and we were just messing about, but he was constantly having to get out of me, gripping his nut, throat, eye, nut, throat, eye, nut, throat. And he was confused because he was like, we don't really do that. And you're like, well, in the street, mate, that's the first thing you do. You know what I mean? And so that's where you've got to make your martial arts a little bit realistic and keep that edge of realism. But remember, you don't have to be a kung fu master to just learn how to put people on the ground. Okay, and after that is to follow up on the martial arts, is study first aid. So I used to hang around with a guy called Dennis Bartram from the Bujinkan, who was a 15th Dan back in the day. I don't know if they've gone higher than 15th Dans now. We're talking about the year 2000, 2001, 2, something like that. And he used to teach us the Amatsu, which, whether it's good or bad, it's basically shiatsu. And I love shiatsu, and I love the idea of healing the body. Not as much as Jay Kane loves it. He loves it too much. But he does all my shiatsu for me. He does my balancing. So you've got to learn both sides of basically all weapons, hand-to-hand fighting, bit of health and fitness, bit of well-being, bit of stretching, bit of body mechanics, and then you should be all right. That's not your main focus, but that'll keep you a bit there. Right, become a person of note. Get some reputation. Go out there, get a reputation. You know what I mean? Let people know who you are. But be careful here. Don't go out there like, I am this. Go out there and be good at what you do. Be humble inside. I don't mean, what I can't stand this genuinely, is when people say, sorry, I've been cutting kindling. So I hope my fire's still going. So basically, I can't stand it when say people, well, in my humble opinion, and you're like, but yet they think they're an expert. So somebody's like, I know loads about this, but in my humble opinion, if you know what you're talking about, you know what you're talking about. And if you don't, say, honestly, I'm not too sure about this, but don't reverse it. Don't be like, I know exactly what I'm talking about. In your mind, like, I know it. And then be like, well, I'm not sure, but I think humbly, I think it's this. No, that's bollocks. So basically, say what you mean, say it politely, and either say, I actually know about this, or say, I'm quite sure about this because I've studied X, Y, Z, and, that's it, Z for you Americans. So just be careful, because people keep saying to me, they keep billing me as a ninja expert. Anthony, ninja expert. I'm like, no, definitely not an expert. I'm literally come from everyone else pretended they were experts, but actually we're going like, this is ninja hand to hand. This isn't like, and I'm like, that's not right. So I started, I think it's Socrates, it's like, I don't know anything actually, so I'm going to scrap all that and start again. So if expert's up here, I've built my way to about yay. And an expert I will be by the time I'm 80, but I'm not there yet. I'm going to be an old man who's like, that's Anthony, he's an expert on Ninja. He spent his entire life doing it. I can just reel it off, bang, 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 bang. But at the minute, I haven't even finished translating all the documents we have. Do you know what I mean? With Yoshi and all that. So how could I be an expert? How can anyone be an expert until you've got, you know, most of it down? So just be careful of people who do call themselves experts. However, I do get called expert all the time. And I have to say to people, no, I'm a historical researcher. Right, let's do a roundup. So part 5, follow the way, action points. Specialize in a particular path or knowledge of skill. Practice your path regularly. Join or create a school or group. Read for advancement and build a family library. And that includes what I didn't say in the thing, but it includes war tales and things like that. But it was not really on key for notes here. Keep notebooks of your subjects. We've got distill your knowledge into scrolls or books. Yep, sorted. Gain your grounding in the martial arts. Yep, no problem. Know your weapons and how to handle them. Absolutely. First aid. So health, well-being, first aid, and then become a person of note in your field. If you follow all that, you should be halfway there. So that's it. We're on halfway, guys. Next time is build an army. So we're up to that. So please do get yourself a copy of How to Be a Modern Samurai. It helps me, and it keeps us all together as a community. There's no need for division in the community. I am open to everyone else. Come and join us. So if you do want to join, please join us at Natori Ryu Hub at on Facebook, and you'll speak to a man called Andrew Thoburn, and he'll lead you through everything. Or of course you can see the website, which is natori.co.uk.